Hey people, Indra here, 3v3, Angel Gate, blue team. Couple of Force Commanders, nucka4ya with the Blood Ravens. And we have Villain, rocking the Black Templars elite scheme. These are offensive melee heroes with strong offense, can also tank, disrupt and support. Stop hiding from me, Mr. Force Commander. Alongside, rounding off this team, is Miggs as a Mekboy. Teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat, puts us to good damage with a bunch of Orky gadgets. They've gone into a garrison. They want to make the fight over the gens a bit of a 2v1, I think. Red team is triple chaos with 2 chaos lords. TemplarGhost, Death Guard elite scheme. And we have Dest with the World Eaters elite scheme. These guys are durable and destructive heroes, walking through objects that cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee. And rounding off the teams is Claw as a Plague Champion. Starts the game with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support. Can also repair. Might need to take the garrison there, buddy. Force Commander's sprinting around in melee charge mode, trying to smack CSM. Mekboy gets out the garrison to get some Darker in, and here's the double shooters. Double CSM looks like from TemplarGhost. A bit of Nurgle worship here to help out these guys. Gonna take the garrison, fellas? Nope. Force Commander will get suppressed by the base turret. Orks take the contested power point and then drop a model. Chaos Lord crushing stuff all over the gaff from Desk. Special attack misses though. And there's some Corn worship to help him get around. Force Commander's very low. I think they're going to be fine though. Attacks backing off, could maybe take the garrison themselves. Worth it to get Combi Flamer here. Even though you're fighting no power armor enemies in those Space Marines, if they take the garrisons, you're going to burn them out. And it'll be great versus the Orks in general. Just tearing through light infantry. Not sure where the sluggers were, but they're back at base right now. Up in the northeast. Contested victory point. Classic Chaos Lord versus Force Commander matchup. Heretics with an aspiring champion chasing the scouts into the garrison there. And here's the double CSM, of course. Battle cry Force Commander. Might get shot down by the double CSM. Yeah, it's pretty good to shoot him down. Get double CSM, especially if you get Eternal War on both of them. They will shoot down an enemy hero pretty damn nicely. But of course it's easy to stop with suppression or jump squad or something. So maybe we'll see Assault Marines from nucka4ya. No, they get double tax. They could pop double Kraken bolts, of course, and focus down one of those CSM, especially set up with a shotgun blast. Back down to the southwest. Not sure who's in the garrison. Some CSM, I think. I think it's Claw's CSM. It was. There's some double Kraken bolts action. 20% more damage to heavy infantry. Node has been decapped, and this one is noded for the red team. I often don't think it's worth putting gems on these, but if you can hold them and node them through tier 1, that's a decent extra chunk of power. Because you do have 2 natural power points per team in the corners here and towards the center of the map as well. That one has no gens on it for the blue team there. Oh, it's because the 2 Space Marine players both got double tax, which spent a bunch of their requisition. And a power sword up for Villain with Artificer Armor 2. Death Gun for the Mekboy gets inside the garrison. That could be very annoying, but here comes Noise Marines for Desk. That Sonic Blaster is a good anti-garrison weapon and disables ranged attacks. Trying to shoot down this node a bit. Scouts are taking a bunch of damage though. He might get wiped here if Desk goes after them. They do indeed get wiped, and those guys had a sergeant. Corn worship might have made a difference there to get them close enough. There's that Death Gun Mekboy suppressing the Noise Marines. Aiming what's that available on the shooter boys as well. Mekboy teleports forward a bit. Now gets shot down by the Sonic Blaster though. They are here in numbers, the red team. The Plague Champion and the Chaos Lord working side by side, applying some good pressure. Noise Marines on the way for TemplarGhost. And the red team does have that northeastern victory point. Double Eternal War CSM here. Losing a model to the tax. Those guys need to move back to cover. There we go. Scouts looking for a shotgun blast or a grenade. Well, there we go. They've retreated. They could get in the path of those guys with 2 models. And they're all bunched up. Look, there's the attempts. It's a really good attempt. Did not get a model. Wow. That was unlucky. Sluggers are there, though. Oh, no. Miggs wasn't paying attention. Could have wiped those CSM easily, I think. Sluggers with their burners, burning down generators. Lucky escape for TemplarGhost. Here come those Noise Marines. Nothing yet for the Chaos Lords. Nope. Nothing for the Plague Champion in terms of war gear. nucka4ya with Chainsword and Storm Shield. That's really going to help the Force Commander survive the double A Ton of War CSM shooting him up. You've seen that Death Gun. Villain is down. We saw them with the Power Sword, of course. Looks like they're down really close to the red team's HQs as well, so I don't think they're going to get revived very easily. Maybe the Mekboy could get in there and do it. Scouts get caught. Turn for the shotgun blast. That was risky, but I think it paid off. Force Commander was there, though. They could have battle cried maybe and saved them with a special. Tax take the garrisons. Continues to pressure the gens. I think it's worth staying and applying pressure here. Force Commander can get in on the CSM, and those guys could bash maybe. Have they got flamers on the way? No flamers. No flamers. Looks like they are trying to back off a bit. Back down to the southwest. They're still fighting hard over the gens, and they've triple gen this one up, the red team. Are they going to try and steal it or just try and bash it? Devastator's up for Villain. Lost their scouts, of course. They have not replaced them. Tier 2 for Miggs, nucka4ya, and all 3 Chaos players. Claw got tier 2 in pretty good time. Bloodletters would be amazing here to mess up the devs and the double tax. Mekboy teleports in to danger. Teleports into Sonic Blaster range. Should have stayed back a little bit. Chaos Lord pushing the pace. Desk has them up to level 2 here. Blastmaster from Claw. Bloodletters are indeed on the way for Desk. Who's this? It's Sluggers. They've done some good work across the map, I think. Bashing gens and decapping stuff, and they've stolen that VP. Heretics get in there with an angry Doom Blast, and they send them packing. There's a bit of a wasted Doom Blast. If they're already retreating and stuff, you don't need to drop a model by Doom Blasting. Up in the northeast, Scouts grabbing that VP, and looks like they've got time to do it. Looking at the map, nothing close by to threaten them really. Lots of Daka for the Chaos Lord, didn't like it. Now blue team coming to pressure this natural victory point, trying to drag some of this stuff around, and it is working. They're coming up to try and flank. Bloodletters here. There they are on the Devastators, and look at the damage, you guys. That was what, 2 seconds? Bloodletters are just awesome. Demons with power melee weapons, and they sliced and diced the crap out of those Devastators. I think they're gonna make it. 10 hit points, they do get away. Have the advanced targeting, and we see a Plague Fist up for the Plague Champion. Not as much DPS as other heavy melee Plague Fist weapons, but like Power Fists and stuff, but you do get the awesome Pestilence Strike. And he gets a not completely terrible Plasma Pistol as well. Armor of Pestilence comes in. Give him some really good durability, up to 500 hit points more. Used to give him 600 hit points. Not sure why it was nerfed, but it was. Stone Guard veterans on the field for nucka4ya, and looks like a plasma gun as well. Yep, plasma gun. Awesome anti-heavy infantry and anti-super heavy infantry. 349 to 404. Big fight over the center of the map. Blue team hold the northeast VP. What's going on over here? Oh, Scouts messed up those heretics. Wow. Look at that. They must have grenaded them. Must have grenaded them good. Level 2. Now bashing some gens. Meanwhile, double stick bombers for Miggs. Could be insanely good against the double CSM and against the Noise Marines. Killed one model. Bloodletters seen off by those sluggers. Oh, we have bloodletters for claw as well. And there's some Nurgle worship. Demons benefit greatly from worship. Huge health regen. I think it's 10 health per second. And if it's Nurgle worship, they'll get even more. 13.5, I think. Force commander of nucka4ya has gone full support mode with the chainsaw and storm shield for defensive support and the sacred standard for that constant damage buff offensive support. Also got artificer armor to just be tankier. Did some good work on those gens, I think. And now they leave. And oh, they did drop a Stone Guard model. Southwest. Orks getting too close to bloodletters. Noxious Cloud goes in though. Are these guys going to get away? Can he teleport, Mr. Bloodletter? Maybe they could have teleported, but they decided not to risk it. Double plasma attacks for Villain. A lot of anti-infantry damage there now. Pestilent Strike goes in. 90% damage resistance. It does affect enemies though as well, so you need to be careful where you use it. You don't want to make enemies harder to shoot as well. Scouts continue to harass. Some good scout play from nucka4ya so far up here. And they bash the gens. Red team have had this though for like basically since tier 2, I think, since early tier 2. There they got it, see burn. Couple of really good hits actually on those marines there. Stick bombs. Gets the noise marines out of it. Big fight, lots of screen shake. More bloodletters hitting the field. Going after those marines, they don't want them firing those plasma guns. Kill the models so fast there. Oh, we have Sacred Standard also for Villain. I'm pretty sure they don't stack. But I'm not completely sure they don't stack. Got a level 3 Plague Champion. 330 to 336. VP's very close. Stern Guard using their Hellfire rounds, which are damage over time acid rounds, effective against light infantry and heroes. Now they should switch to Kraken bolts. There we go. To fight the heavy infantry, but they're gone anyway. Might see them switch to Vengeance rounds now to bash the power. There we go. But here's some bloodletters. You'd want to use Hellfire against bloodletters because they are regular infantry armor. But they're just going to back off here. Hellfire's back in. Bloodletters shifting out of existence there. Can't take damage and they can't be knocked over either. They also can't cap or attack or anything. Chaos Predator for TemplarGhost. Mark of Corn is in. Just buffs the damage of all the guns. I always say tanks are really bad on this map. Players keep getting them. We'll see how this one does. There's too many, just lots of narrow paths and stuff to get them caught up in. Plague Champion caps under Pestilent Strike protection and gets it. 2-1 for red. Is that Scout to the north there that I see? It is. Looks like they're going for the natural power here. It's only got 2 gens on it. That was a good grenade. Oh, stick bombs was it? It was probably stick bombs. Nob Squad is up for Miggs. Villain's down to double tax. But they are tier 3. Or everyone's tier 3, I guess. Not a huge amount of investment in tier 2 from the 2 Space Marine players. But they sure did get their tier 3s in good time. So we'll see if they can start getting on that immovable object Space Marine tier 3 kind of thing. But they've just got too much stuff to get through with Land Raiders and Terminators and that kind of stuff. Scouts sure are bashing that power. Tank is quite far forward here. Not really threatened by these guys. But this is double Assault Terminators, is it? Oh, no, it's not. It's Assault Terminators and regular Terminators. That would have been so badass if that was double Assault Terminators coming in. I mean, still pretty badass. Bloodletters in the bad spot. They will do huge DPS to the Terminators, though. But, Cal, can they make it out alive, even? It's a lot of Boltify. They do not make it out alive. Oh, those are Blood Sacrifice Bloodletters. Were they? Why were they retreating then? I'm confused. Oh, was it these guys? I can't select desked bloodletters at the moment. I don't think they're, yeah, they're gone. They were just bugged out, staying on the roster. Got some Chaos Terminators for desked. I wonder if we'll see Lightning Claws. It is a pretty good map for Terminators in general, because you can get back to your HQs relatively easily compared to other 3v3 maps. So you can push them quite hard. Surely, Villain needs to get a Librarian up to support those Terminators. They came all the way through to get on this tank, eh? Lightning Claws, Chaos Lord now. He's still level 1, but that's huge DPS. Some stick bombs going in. Cyclone missile launcher Terminators here. They're going for it. Trying to hit this tank. Got some really good hits. Holy crap. That was good. Almost wiped the bloody thing. They weren't even that close. Nob squad here. Tearing through, or trying to tear through some bloodletters. They have their U-jammers and their Nob leader and Amina and Greener. They are a massive threat. And they're going to be buffed by the Force Commanders and their standards. So are these Assault Terminators, of course. Are you going to get claws here, desked, buddy? Don't see him yet. Got some Mark of Tzeentch Chaos Space Marines, though. We might see all of them get Mark of Tzeentch. One of them doesn't have it, but all the other CSM have Mark of Tzeentch for anti-infantry Inferno bolts, especially heavy and super heavy. These scouts continue to harass this power. Nobody can spare anything to deal with them. Chaos Lord goes for the VP. 231 to 295. Southwest is still a red power node. Well, power point, the node has been destroyed. Last Master misses. It does struggle to hit things from higher elevation. Tends to overshoot. Librarian is up for Villain now. And a Land Raider Phobos is up for Claw. Tier 3 is well and truly kicking off. Miggs with another Nob squad on the way. They need Lightning Claw Terminators, I think, with 2 Nob squads on the field and Assault Terminators. Yep, they have them. Desk has gone Lightning Claws. Bad news for all of this blue team infantry now. They go for the Librarian. Nob squad, I think, get away. Yes. If Desk was paying attention to those knobs, they might have been able to wipe them as they retreated. Last Master getting some shots. Librarian teleporting the... No, I thought that was Gate of Infinity. Did Librarian die? Oh, he's alright. That might have just been... What's this effect that I keep seeing? There we go. There's Gate of Infinity. Seemed like it bugged out a couple of times or something. But they got it working in the end. Force Commander barely gets out. There's a good push from the red team. Lightning Claw Terminators are scary. Got some Khorne worship behind them too to speed them up. Pretty awesome. Play champion level 3. Love to see them get the Icon of Nurgle just because it's fun to see all that damage going off. But Mucus Discharge is probably the smarter pick. Miggs chucks in some bombs. If double knobs get on that Phobos, it's not going to last that long. Did Villain upgrade? No, they've kept the Thunderhammers on their Terminator Assault Squad. Slugger's going for the VP, was a bad choice. Librarian with the Force Staff now. Might be able to do some good work with the Force Barrier. And now we have a Power Fist Force Commander for Villain. They're going to kick some ass with this thing. Plague Fist versus Power Fist. That's a Pestilence straight there. It's a bad place to put it. You're helping out those Terminators. It does also stun. So it is very tempting to use it once you get into melee. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for nucka4ya. Devastator's on the way for Villain. This is just scary. 2 Nob squads and Terminators all buffed by the Sacred Standard is very scary. That tank needs to be insanely careful for Templar. Excellent shot from the Blast Master. We've seen in the past in like 1v1s especially. Bloodlet is doing an amazing job against Nob squads. You know, 3v3 is a bit different. It can get focused down really hard by 3 players. But it should still be a great asset to deal with them. They champion on repair duty here, and they have indeed gone for the Icon of Nurgle. Constant damage around them. It's going to be really fun to see. Great unclean one on the way for Desk. Claw is probably maxed out on pop, right? Oh, no, they're not. Maybe we'll see some Chosen Plague Marines. That'd be really fun. Get the constant damage from the Great Unclean One and the Chosen Plague Marines and the Plague Champion. Ouch, 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 ouch. Sluggers never got their knob either, I don't think. 195 to 224. 221 cap for red, but they are losing the northeast now. Great job by the scouts over here. Looks like they did drop some models in the end, but they bashed the crap out of that power. Attacks getting outshot by those Marcosine CSM, but Terminator's coming to tidy them up. Phobos in a bad spot. Takes a las cannon shot or two. And we're going to see the Cyclone Missile Launcher. No, they got stunned. Nicely done by Claw. Oh, it still went off. That was really weird. A really weird interaction. They started the Cyclone Missile Launcher, got stunned, so they stopped it. And then when the stun wore off, they carried on the end of it. There's that Great Unclean One. And there's that Land Raider Redeemer. Veil of Time on the las cannon devs. I mean, they don't need to set up their weapon as well. Lightning Claw Terminators are quite low here, but they do so much damage. So much. Great Unclean One with a foul snare. Constant damage around it and some nasty abilities too, not to mention a big old melee attack. Can they wipe the Knob Squad? I think they can. Yes, they can. Great Unclean One just tosses it aside there. Here comes the other Knob Squad though. With those U-Jammers getting those momentum rings, they popped their frenzy. Popped it a bit early, I think, you know. Popped it a bit early there. 2 tanks from Templar. I mean, they've kept the first one alive. Double Mark of Corn. Here comes the Force Commander. Ran into Lightning Claw Terminators though and goes down. Now their Sacred Standard given an even higher buff though once it's down like that. A 40% buff. Now they're both down. Got him, says Desk. Double plasma attacks, is that? No, it's Stern Guard. Those Lightning Claw Terminators doing huge amounts of work, but I need to be careful. Assault Terminator's getting wrecked. Librarian saves them. There's that Land Raider Redeemer, providing health regen aura and a reinforcement aura. And some powerful, mostly close range weaponry, but that twin linked assault cannon will hit some from good range. And the Chaos team don't have a sorcerer to get things out of trouble, so Desk really needs to be careful. What is this? This is marker here. Oh, more Terminators from Desk. I mean, what else could it be? Assault Terminator's got reinforcements. Oh, it's more Assault Terminators. Villain now has double Assault Terminators. But they have not got claws up yet. Chaos Claw's now level 6 all of a sudden. Was level 1, I think, when he got those claws. Icon of Corn is up and Armor of the Inferno. Villains back to their feet, but nucka4ya still down. 163, 180. Chaos Fella's taking the Northeast VP back with a tank overwatching it. Look at this. Looks like Sluggers bashed their power and decapped and also decapped that. But then they didn't get away, I think. Trying to hold and shoot the CSM, but they're taking a lot of damage doing it, but so are the attacks. Cyclone Missile Launcher. That's going to wipe the tank. You know, it does wipe the tank. It's such a powerful anti-vehicle ability. It does huge amounts of damage. I've always thought it was overtuned. A single ability wiping a tank is pretty nuts. I always thought it was overtuned. It doesn't seem like it's something people complain about. So maybe I am just overreacting. There's Veil of Time, and after the Gate of Infinity as well, gets that las cannon set up, and they can just move around, stop and shoot. Can they get it? Beamy Death Gun as well, getting shots in. One more needed. Veil of Time still active. I don't think they can see it though. I don't think they have the vision. They have the weapon range, but they don't have the vision range. Really nice play by Villain though to try and get that tank down. Owl Cap says nucka4ya. They mean the northeast. I guess they've got tacks up here to cap with. Yeah, they'll cap faster. Chaos Lord grabbing the blue team's natural though. They don't seem too bothered about these points right now, the Chaos fellas. Yeah, Black Templars don't like cyclers of any kind. Templar goes with another tank on the way. I wonder what Miggs is going to get next. We might see a Orks or something soon. Great Unclean One taking some big hits. Those are more Lightning Claw Terminators for Claw this time, which is fitting given his name. Big Champion gets stuck in. Assault Terminator is having to teleport out. Imperial Abyss going off. Wipes out the las cannon. And it drags some Terminators in. And those Terminators cannot retreat out of it, remember. But they often get really messed up by Abysses. They just keep dragging them in. If these guys teleport forward, I think they did, they are messing up those Assault Terminators with their Thunderhammers. There's the Librarian saving them again. nucka4ya with huge amounts of resources. They might just be waiting for the cooldown to get more Terminators of their own. Surely the cooldown is done though. Yeah, it must be. Oh, they don't have the red. Oh, they just got... There they are. Again, they didn't get Assault Terminators. I guess maybe they want... Yep, Cyclone Missile Launcher again. It's done well for them so far, and they're fighting a bunch of tanks up there. So it makes sense. So many stick bombs. What level are those fellas? Level 2s. Just got stick bombs and knobs. Do you have super tough beam or anything, Mr. Mech? Oh, I can't select him. He's in a garrison somewhere. With that beamy death gun. Got a Nurgle Shrine. Healing nearby allies periodically. Also suppresses enemies if they get close. If you worship it, you can reinforce. Cyclone Missile Launcher on the Great Unclean One. Very rude, you guys. Vengeance rounds for extra damage versus the super heavy infantry of the Great Unclean One. Chaos fellas arrive in force. Go for the Stern Guard first, I think, here. Get those Vengeance rounds off the field. Blast Master. Uh-oh. Gets taken out by stick bombs. Those tanks struggling to find a way in. That's like safe-ish. 147 to 138 on the VPs. What's going on over here? Looks like they're going for the blue team's natural. Blue team have been dragged up northeast to hold this VP. Desk asking for the tanks to be used, but it just doesn't have space, I think. Marco Zinch on this one. 2-to-1 cap for the blue team. TemplarGhost biding their time, I guess, to use those tanks. Probably best to bring them to the mid here. It's hard to use them at the northeast of the map. And the Cyclone Missile Launchers get it done again. They're getting those inspirations on kill, of course, when they kill a model. Oh, they're just going to power fist them. Did they already use the missiles? And I just missed it? Maybe. 147 to 99. Shrine is busted open. Villain has to get another Librarian on the field. I guess they got murdered at some point. Still a 2-to-1. Is that more Chaos Terminators? Yeah, Desk and Claw both have 2 Chaos Terminators. And Desk has gone all in on Claws. It's bad news for those guys. We do have some Claws now from Villain as well. That's just crazy. That's so much power melee. That's without even counting this Chaos Lord level 7. 147 to 71. Look at this forward capping from these scouts here. What level on knobs? Still level 1, you know. Tanks coming forward. Gotta risk them now, dude, says Claw. Stun bombs hit. Let the Galaxy burn is a really good hit on those Orks. Look at that. Awesome stuff. Down goes one of the tanks. Librarian with the force barrier to mess with those Terminators. Big push by the red team here. Led by those Lightning Claw Terminators on this little platform. Big Champion goes for the decap, gets it, and then dies. Here come more Lightning Claw Terminators. There's 4 of them. Chaos Terminators with claws. Crazy. Great Unclean One's super committed up there. Down goes a Force Commander. Might have been a mistake, because now they're getting a 40% buff over here. Dirgecaster doing some good work. Did they wipe one of them? They didn't. Those guys barely got away, but they did get the Librarian. Great Unclean One's really low. Takes out something. It's another Force Commander he took out. Absolute madness. Blue team still have the northeast. And the stick bombers continue to be really good at stick bombing stuff. Some friendly fire plasma cannon action. Lightning Claw Terminator is really low here, having to teleport out. Oh, but they wiped the Assault Terminators there. Villain is down to 2 units. Level 3 CSM pumping out huge amounts of damage. There's some Pawn Worship. I don't think Desk wants to back this thing up, this Great Unclean One here. Might be forced to, though. Double Cyclone missile launchers going in. These guys did not finish their reinforcement look. I think they made it slightly cheaper to, yeah, it's only 40 power now to reinforce Chaos Terminators, not 50. Sneaky, sneaky scouts, look at this. Very, very ballsy. 118 to 32. Nurgle Worship, which will be healing up that Land Raider for Claw. Those guys stop worshipping to throw out their barrage and then retreat. Okay. A little bit weird. Lightning Claws versus Lightning Claws. Dirgecaster stuns the Loyalist Terminators though. Go, go, Mark of Zinch. They avoid the Cyclone missile launchers best they can. What did Desk get on this tank over here? No mark. Great Unclean One on the way now for Templar. Look at this for a fight. Terminator's having to teleport out, but here come more. Chaos Lord's gonna show up soon as well. Nob Squad, get out of there. Can they get onto that VP? Great Unclean One was healed up a bunch, not fully, but a bunch. He's probably got 4,000 hit points or so right now. 3.3 thousand. Are they going for a decap? Terminators are indeed going for a decap. But they give it up to chase off some Orks. Stern Guard run inside the Land Raider. There's some Cloud of Flies and Nurgle Vomit down to 8 VPs, the red team. They got the decap though. And here's more Lightning Claws. And Nob Squad's again getting in there. Miggs got some commandos now. Oh wow, they're smacking through those Chaos Terminators here. Not sure what they're doing. They got inside the Land Raider, okay. Dirgecaster helping out. Back up towards the northeast. Great Unclean One doing some great work. Chaos Lord gets in for a bit, then runs away. got the Dark Halo, Mantle of Hate, and Lightning Claws has Templar. 1-1-1 to 8 VPs, 2-1 for Chaos though. Stick bombs. Is that going to kill the Great Unclean One? He survives it. Who's this? It's the Chaos Lord of Desk fighting some Terminators. And they didn't like it. It turns out it's a level 9 Chaos Lord doing outrageous amounts of DPS to them. Throws out some fire, then runs away. And they got that VP, of course. Great Unclean One being chased. Got some Lightning Claw backup now, though. There's a Cyclone Missile Launchers. Down goes the tank. And maybe down goes the Great Unclean One. He made it. Made it out. They're both on 300 hit points, though. That was a really good nuke from Claw to get them off that VP. Imperial Abyss might not have killed that much, but that was really good. It's Nurgled Shrine. Is it healing the Great Unclean One? I don't think it is. I think it only heals infantry. Yeah, it's not healing him. Got to send him back to base. 88 to 8. Villain has now a Terminator Force Commander. Why did they do that? Oh, they want more claws. Another Imperial Abyss from one of the Chaos Lords there. I think they should have kept that guy with a standard. But maybe the other claws will be amazing. Orbital Bombardment coming in. Sending it on the Land Raider. But this Land Raider's been actually pretty awesome for Claw. That Great Unclean One is still hanging around. It needs to go back to base for Desk. Unless they're just going to throw it in and then get another one. It will take too long though, I think. It's a good vomit. But I don't think this guy's going to get away. Down he goes. Force Commander with a chainsaw got him. How often do you see that? 85 to 8. Oh no, just as I said, the Phobos was doing great. Is he going to go down? Oh, Librarian got taken out by the Great Unclean One, I think. That was awesome. Villain is down to 0 units. 76 to 8. Just in one of those games for Villain. TemplarGhost, what level are you? Level 3. Here comes that double knob squad again. Still only level 2 though. And they've been around for a while. They haven't really been able to plant their feet and fight because of the Lightning Claws. Popping their frenzy though there. They're keeping the VP. Look how little of the map the red team have. Who needs map when you have Terminators? Mega Rumbler. That will lock those Terminators in a stun for a while. Not sure where the Mekboy actually is in there. There he was, right behind the VP. Big cloud of flies from that Great Unclean One. Another Land Raider Phobos on the way, this time from Desk. This one's pushing into base, look. The Weird Boy is now up. Weird Boy should have made an appearance way sooner, surely. Against all those Terminators, would have been awesome. Go 3 caps as Desk. Up here with the Terminators. Oh, but they're getting messed up by the Land Raider. Couldn't get it. Couldn't get it. Plasma attacks as well. We're shooting them, I think. Chaos Lord has a word. Level 10 runs away. Level 9 Plague Champion here. Keep losing sight this guy because he doesn't have the indicator anymore. That more Terminators? That is indeed more Terminators for Desk. I told you this map was good for Terminators. Oh, these guys are going to die though. Down to a single model. There's that Dirge Caster. They get inside the Land Raider now. 31 to 8. Never-ending battle. Phobos being very aggressive, trying to keep things off the VP. Plague Champion level 10 and capping here. Great Unclean One falls. We'll do a big nasty explosion on Death though. This is Death's Land Raider. Those guys are going to get exploded on. Huge damage from that explosion. Down goes the Land Raider at Phobos. Where is the Redeemer? Oh, it's up north, of course. Should the Redeemer have been brought down here? Done a good job guarding that VP, I think. Weird Boy goes down. There's more Terminators coming in, Loyalist ones. No, it's not. It's a drop pod. Just some tactical Marines coming in. Buildings falling over. 10 to 8. Are the red team going to do this? Ow, says Desk. There's a decap, it's a single. I think they've done it because I think they're going to get the northeast, even if blue team get this back, and they're not going to get it back. Single cap wins it at the end. The red team get the victory. Yes, Claw, I saw it, buddy. Awesome game. Level 9 Force Commander here for nucka4ya. Miggs was a level 7 mech. Villain was a Terminator Force Commander. Level 4 Chaos Lord for Templar. Down at the end. Level 10 for Desk. And a level 10 Plague Champion as well. Epic, epic game. I think the Nob squads just couldn't get the value they ordinarily would because of all the claws. Weird Boy should have made an appearance sooner. But other than that, it's tough. I mean, you can just try and stack up on plasma attacks maybe. But yeah, really tough. Awesome game though. Let's get away from a really loud assault cannon. And just look at this destruction here. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.